Hello viewers and welcome to another episode in Geographic Development. If you are new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to receive updates like this anytime I upload a new video. If you are old, thanks so much for subscribing. The topic for discussion in this video is about an Arab scholar, traveler and explorer, Ibn Battuta. We are going to examine his activities and what makes his travels relevant to the people in his time as well as people in the contemporary world. Ibn Battuta was born to a Muslim family in Morocco in the year 1304. Ibn Battuta is known to have traveled the world in the 14th century, covering a stunning distance of 75,000 miles, that is, about 120,000 kilometers, a figure hardly surpassed by anyone until the 18th century. He visited 44 countries and crossed 3 continents in the process. At the age of 21, Battuta set his sights on accomplishing the pilgrimage in Mecca. Fulfilling this religious duty, as well as broadening his scope of knowledge in education, seemed to be the only goal that triggered his first journey. He studied Islamic law in Egypt and progressed to Mecca, where he performed the Hajj. An irresistible drive to travel far away from home was ignited in him after his encounter with a holy man who predicted that he would wander the Islamic world and beyond. From Mecca, Ibn Battuta began his remarkable journey, which took him to many parts of the world. Unlike his colleagues who traveled for the purposes of trade, scholarship, and pilgrimages, Battuta traveled for fun of visiting new countries and people. His scholarly status and the increased fame he got from his travels earned him a position as a judge in India, China, and Tunisia. The Rayla of Battuta was written in 1355, detailing the experiences during his travels, which lasted for 30 years. The Rayla is not actually the title of his book, but it is a term in Arabic referring to both a journey and a written account of a journey. The actual title of his book was A Gift to Those Who Contemplate the Wonders of Cities and the Marvels of Traveling. So one may ask how relevant the activities of a mere traveler are to the study of geography. First of all, the word geography in itself means the description of the earth and the features present in it, and Ibn Battuta couldn't have done any better. During his travels, he came across seas, rivers, mountains, deserts, and many other geographic features, which he described in his book. When Battuta commenced his travels, he first headed out to Egypt and then to the Red Sea before returning to Syria. After his pilgrimage in 1326, he crossed the Arabian desert to Iraq and then to many other Arabian countries. Ibn Battuta's love for nature saw him wander about the Mediterranean coast of Morocco most at the times. He also observed in the Atlas mountain ranges that there were important underground aquifers which were the main sources of the Moroccan rivers. Perhaps the only outstanding contribution Ibn Battuta made towards the development of geography was proving wrong Aristotle's assertion that the torrid zone was too hot for human habitation. So, the temperature of countries along the equator such as the Maldives and Somalia in East Africa, which he visited, was less than the temperature of countries in the temperate zone. Although Ibn Battuta contributed very little to scientific geography, his Rayla reveals his humanistic approach to the people he met and the environment in which he found himself. Aside becoming a judge for the different countries he visited, He earned the benevolence of kings due to his human-centered nature. Ibn Battuta may not be alive, but then his legacy still lives. It is interesting to note that there is a crater on the moon called Ibn Battuta. The crater was named after him by the International Astronomical Union. His journeys have inspired modern people to travel and see the world, something we classify in the domain of tourism or adventure today. The airport of Tangier in Morocco is named after Ibn Battuta. It carries young Moroccan travelers aiming to begin their own adventures. In summary, Ibn Battuta can be viewed as a tourist who visited numerous places for fun and pleasure, covering an extraordinary distance which surpassed that of the legendary Marco Polo. His travels benefited a lot of people at the time, as he made known to them places they never knew. This brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Goodbye.